Question 15. Write 0.036481 in 3 significant figures and express the answer in standard form. Okay, so 2 things here. You have to convert this, write it in 3 significant figures, and then change your answer to standard form. Okay, so when we are changing to significant figures, we are looking at non-zero numbers. Okay, we are picking the non-zero numbers that are not in between other numbers. Like if a 0 is here, you are going to pick it together with the other numbers. Okay, so let's go. We have 0.0. So this is the first non-zero number. 3, 6. Okay, so we have the next one is 4. The next one is 4. But because we have 8 after 4, you are going to round this up to 5. Do you understand that? Because we have 8 here, which is above 5, you round the number before it to 5. So this will become 5. So we have 0.0365. The first 3 non-zero digits are your significant figures. The first 3 non-zero digits are your significant figures. But if there is 0 in between the non-zero digits, you are going to include them. For instance, if you have 0.03065, so the 3 significant figures will be 306. Is that okay? So it's a bit tricky. You need to be very careful when you are working with zeros. So this is our answer. Then we are asked to convert the answer, write the answer, or express the answer in standard form. Alright, so you move 1, 2. You have 3.65. Now this can be confusing for students when they move. So when you are moving forward that way, it means you have multiplied by what? 1, 2. You have multiplied by 100. You have multiplied this number by 100. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do to that number, because you have multiplied by 100, you will divide by 100. So that will give you 3.65 times what? 10 raised to the power of -2, or 10 raised to the power -2. Most students will not remember this minus. So ensure you check it properly. If you are multiplying, okay, to get 3.65, then you have to divide by 100. But if you are going the other way around, you are moving to the left, then you have divided. You have to multiply again to balance it. Is that okay? So our final answer in standard form is 3.65, not 3.65. 3.65 times 10 raised to the power -2. The next question. Question 16. The radius and height of a circular base cylinder are 8 cm and 14 cm respectively. Find its curved surface area. We are asked to find just the curved surface area. Most students make mistake here because they don't draw the diagram. Whenever you have this kind of question, always draw your diagram. This will help you to be able to know what you are looking for. All right? Okay, so let me make it bolder. We have the radius as 8 cm and the height as 14 centimeters. Now we are asked to find just the curved surface area. We are asked to find just the curved surface area. What is this area? The curved surface area we are looking for, that is this part. Okay? But if we are finding the whole area, we have to find the area of the 2 circles, okay, and then the area of the curved surface. That will be pi r squared. That will be pi r squared times 2. 2 pi r squared, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r L. Is that okay? 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r. But because we are finding only this part, the curved surface, we are going to remove the 2 pi r squared. That is the surface area of this and this. The surface area of this circle and this circle both is 2 pi r squared. But we don't need it. We are asked to find only the curved surface area. So we are going to write curved surface area equals what? 2 pi r L or h. That's the height. Okay, so area equals 2 times 22 over 7 times, what is our r? 8 centimeter, and our height is 14 centimeters. So we have 7 here, 1, 7. How many 7 can I find in 14? That is 2. So we have 44 times 16. That will give us what? 704 centimeter squared. Remember, we are talking about area. So your answer is going to be in centimeter squared. We are talking about area, so your answer is going to be in centimeter squared. Question 17. A cylinder and a cone have the same volume. If the height of the cone is 24 centimeter, find the height of the cylinder. I told you earlier that you should always draw your diagrams to be on the safer side. So we have the cylinder, okay, and then we have the cone. And we are told that they have the same volume. It means they can contain the same quantity of maybe water, same quantity of liquid when they are enclosed. If the height of the cone, now don't make the mistake, the height of the cone means the perpendicular height, not the slant height. It's the perpendicular height of the cone is 24. Find the height of the cylinder. So we are actually looking for the height of the cylinder. Drawing the diagram this way helps you not to mix them up, not to give 24 to cylinder and the other way. Okay, so the diagram is going to guide us along the way. Now we are told that they have the same volume. So what is the volume of a cylinder? The volume of a cylinder is V equals pi r squared h. Pi r squared h. How did we get that? You know, volume is area times height. So we have the area of this, of the circle, times the height of the cylinder. Then we have the volume of this is, the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so we can see that the volume of a cone is actually 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. Then we equate because we're told they are equal. Therefore, pi r squared h equals 1/3 pi r squared h for both of them. Now remember, this h belongs to that of the cylinder. So we don't know that. So we are going to leave it at that. We are going to rewrite it pi r squared h equals, but we know the height of this, and we are going to replace it. That is what? 24. Is that okay? So we can start simplifying. 3 in 3 is 1. 3 in 24 is 8. So we have pi r squared h equals 8 times pi r squared. 8 times pi r squared. The others have been knocked off. So what are we left with? We are left with pi r squared on this side, pi r squared on the other side. So we are going to divide both sides. Divide both sides by pi r squared. That will leave us with the height of the cylinder, okay, equals 8. The height of the cylinder equals 8. Don't forget your unit. Your unit is centimeter, and that's the final answer. So height of the cylinder equals 8 centimeters. Next question. Question 18. Given that sine x minus 46 degrees equals cos 62 degrees. Find the value of x. Okay, so what do we do in this instance? We have sine on the left hand side and we have cos on the right hand side. Now you need to start thinking, what is the relationship between sine and cos? Okay, this is trigonometry. What is the relationship? Peradventure you cannot remember the relationship. You can quickly do your right angle triangle. Peradventure you can't remember, and just put your 62 here and start manipulating the sine, cos and everything. So if this is let's just assume this is cos 62 and cos is adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. So remember, you need to remember this. Cos is what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. So if cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, at what point will sine be equal to cos? That's the question. At what point will sine be ever equal to cos? So sine what will be equal to cos 62? So sine what will be equal to cos 62? So let's look at sine what. So it can be sine 62 obviously, because we know as much as that sine 62 cannot be cos 62. Then we have to consider the other angle, theta. And because we can't consider this angle, this is the 90 degrees, okay? So what is sine theta there? Sine theta there is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite, so the opposite is not this opposite. The opposite to this angle is this. So sine theta equals to opposite in the context of cos 62 over hypotenuse. So at that point, cos 62 is equal to sine theta. Do we get that? At this point, cos 62 is equal to sine theta because both of them are this. Let's say there's a number here, okay? And we have another number here. So what number do I put now? That will be okay. So let's say we have 1 here and we have 2 here, or root 2 there. Okay? So at this point, 1 over root 2, this is just an example. That is the point where the two angles are the same. So we have sine theta equals cos 62. So we are going to change this now. We are going to say at that point, sine theta. And what is sine theta now? So let's give a name for sine theta. Because theta is not part of this expression or equation. Theta is not in this. So we want to make theta to be part of this equation. So we are going to say theta is equal to 90 minus 62. How is theta equal to 90 minus 62? Because this is 90. So this angle, theta plus 62, should also be 90. Am I correct? Yes. This angle is 90. All the angles in a triangle should be 180. So if this is 90, these two will be 90. So theta alone will be 90 minus 62. So if theta is 90 minus 62, that means sine theta is equal to what? Cos 62, or sine theta equals cos 62. So sine theta here is actually sine 90 minus 62. Did we get that? Did we get that? So sine 90 minus 62 equals cos 62. That's the argument. But sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos 62. Therefore, are we following? Therefore, x minus 46 degrees will be equal to 90 minus 62. Did you get that? If this is equal to this and this is equal to this, that means everything here will be equal to everything here. Okay, so x minus 46 degrees equals 90 minus 62. What is 90 minus 62? That is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. So we have 28 degrees. Therefore, x equals 28 degrees plus 46 degrees. That will give us 8 plus 6 is 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 1, 7. So x degrees is equal to 74 degrees. So what we have here is 74. We can also check 74 minus 46 is what? 74 minus 46 is what? We have 8, 2, 28. So sine 28 equals cos 62. Because 28 plus 62 is 90. You can always check your answer to know you are correct in mathematics. Next question.